go ahead and I'll mute you so we could do the pledges, and make sure you say your pledge. We need them this week. Um, I'm an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I will take off pounds sensibly. Cops pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I am to be an example as I keep off pounds sensibly. Okay, I put this down. Okay, if you can unmute yourself. So as Christmas is Christmas Eve is tomorrow. I am not ready. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Let me. Okay, let me see if I can do this right. Yes, and share. It says today we should take time to reflect on 2020 as a chapter, and this is our chapter per se, and discuss how you adapted, adjusted, and coped. Remember, that's not only about the scale, it's also how we treat ourselves and others. And of course, if you're a snowbird, and we don't have any snowbirds here, it says keep receiving Tops news, send your seasonal address to wondering@tops.org, and they will actually do that for you. So, how has everybody adapted this year? I know I went on the trails more, but I right now I'm dealing with a lot of emotional eating because normally
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
with my son in Clarksville, Tennessee, and I'm stuck here because of the quarantine. I would have had to get a test and quarantine myself, and it would only be there 2 weeks. It wasn't worth it. It would take 6 weeks out of my time.
Mm.
It just wasn't worth it. So yeah, adaptation was not easy. So Stella, how have you adapted?
Yes. If I go to the store, I get up early and go. And used to, if you wanted to go shopping, you went anytime.
Right,
Now I just have to go early in the morning and I have to
right.
wait till the next time I go if I go get something. But
Hmm.
mostly that, just staying home.
Yeah, I noticed if you go right as Walmart opens, you're in and out, and you don't have to worry about six
Mm.
feet because there's nobody there. I love it. Uh, Molly, how have you been able to adapt?
Well, I've been getting up early and going for groceries too, and I make an actual list and divide
Yeah,
it into
list.
my where I'm going. And
Mm-hmm.
except this week, I went like so Tuesday mornings. I always go, and this Tuesday I'm driving up to the Walmart, and as I'm getting closer, I'm looking at the parking lot, and I'm like, what the heck? There were people
Bad.
like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it was loaded, and that was like 10 minutes after they opened up already. They were lined up before they opened up to get in there that day. I'm like,
It's Christmas week, or was it last week?
no, this was just like yesterday.
Yeah, Christmas week. I noticed I went to. I had to, my stepmother-in-law and father-in-law decided they were going to come today instead of tomorrow, and I hadn't even gotten a Christmas present. So it's like I had to go to Kohl's real quick. Oh my gosh, the lines, and it's not even Christmas Eve. It's like
All I was
wow.
thinking was that they were butting into my quiet Tuesday time. But
Yeah.
I was in and out like half an hour. I was in, got my stuff, did made my loop, and I was gone.
Yep, yeah, the lines is, I mean, they even had the flagmen to direct traffic around stop signs because the parking lots were so crowded.
Holy man.
So it's terrible. So Tammy, how have you adapted?
Well, I've always been one to make a list, but definitely the a change of time when you shop.
Mm-hmm.
Mornings are much better. Weekdays are much better.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah,
I would
weekends.
wait to go. I would usually make 3 or 4 trips during a week, but I wait and make sure I've got a list of everything I need and just make the one trip and get
Mm-hmm.
in, get out, and
Yep.
it was hard for us because our store went through a reorg. So
Oh,
they didn't really help the COVID situation.
right,
Because people were just standing around looking for stuff. They didn't know where to find the usual shopping stuff.
right.
Um,
Oh, and everybody's out of stuff, or the stuff that's really the old fashioned stuff like that I use. Now all of a sudden they don't have it because everybody's going, they're buying it because they can't get the newfangled stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like terrible, terrible. Oh, what else? We have?
and avoiding the malls. Avoid the malls.
Oh yes, I have not gone into a mall since March, and I don't like malls anyway. So no skin off my nose with that one. I don't
And
like
that's fun
malls.
because I hate shopping for anything, so that doesn't bother me at all.
Mhm. It's called Amazon Prime.
Oh,
I mostly do that, and these days Amazon Prime, forget about 2 days, maybe 2 weeks. But let's see.
I did learn a thing about ordering online. Everything is not what it seems.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Buyer beware. Buyer beware. Oh, I'm getting hot. Okay. And
I'm hot. I just got off my bike.
I have not. I haven't done much of anything. I had school this morning with my grandson, and I gotta get this house clean to get my Christmas tree up. So it's like I'm not adapting to the cold very well this year. That's one thing I didn't adapt to. But it's tomorrow though. I'll get out there on the trail. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing cyber school, and by the time my daughter gets home, it's dark out, so I can't go on the trail.
Mm.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, unless it's early sunrise, I can't go out. I'm stuck at home with cyber school. But yeah, that's not an adaptation I like very well. So okay, what else did it say? How and we did the adaptation, adjusted and coped. And how have you treated yourselves? Have you done more self-care? It says how have you treated how have we treated ourselves and others? Have you found you're more short-tempered or more kind?
Oh, both.
I'm the first. Yeah, patience is in short supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not used to having people home all day. Yeah. But so I know on the drama on Facebook there it's just people aren't treating each other nice. But have you noticed any more kindness in your real life, not the virtual life? Or are you having more people are more short-tempered or mean? I mean, I don't know. Me, my phone was not acting right, and the mechanic called me. He said somebody loosened the lug nuts on your tire. He said there's fresh marks. It's like, what? You think you know
Oh,
papers?
no.
And this happens. I mean, if I had gone on the highway, I would have lost my tire. So it's like, you know, I've seen a lot more kindness, but I've also seen a lot more evil.
Yeah,
In both the real and virtual world.
yeah.
It's terrible.
And people not just stopping and thanking others.
You said they are or they aren't?
They're not.
No, they're not.
No.
I mean, my grandson said happy Merry Christmas to somebody at the mall, and they just stopped and like, huh?
So I will go on my way to thank someone or to say Merry
Yes.
Christmas or, have a good day or,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, people are. I mean, it's almost like they weren't raised to exhibit common.
but I think in
courtesy
this
or
time
kindness.
that we're going through, I think it needs, you need to take that extra step and just reach out to
Right.
somebody and just say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, the stress level is high enough for everybody. We don't need to contribute to it by being mean. We need to practice mindfulness, both
Especially the
ourselves
people
and
in
others.
the grocery stores. Um, I've asked them, I hope your day goes better, and they're like, yeah, it's been it's been a bad day. They're really overworked.
They are. They are,
And
and
people can
they
just be
can't keep
downright
things
rude.
stocked. Say that again, Molly.
I said, and people are just rude, like as if it's their
Oh,
fault, like the
Yeah.
and like they're just
you
rude.
notice that too?
Yes.
It's like it's terrible. But
Yeah.
I had a piece of paper. I guess it's not here. I get Women's Day first. Let me get it real quick.
I gotta leave for just a sec.
Oh, it's called Women First, the magazine, and they had this. They were talking about emotional IQ. And have any of you heard of the show Scorpion? It's okay. They were geniuses and they had no emotional IQ. I think people have lost their emotional IQ these days. But it says, sure, you faced your fair share of uphill climbs in 2020. We're still on the downside there. The good news, new research reveals how the struggle itself can lead to surprisingly new levels of happiness. Like, okay. Let me stop sharing here. Okay. Um, I'll just read a little bit of it. It says, while you're drying the dishes, a plate slips through your fingers and breaks. Reaching for the crazy glue, you think how ironic it is that the dish will likely end up being stronger than it where it had been broken. If only you felt like that, stronger after this year's challenge. Wishful thinking, you sigh. Or is it? Research shows that post traumatic stress, which we are all too familiar with, has a lesser known positive flip side: post traumatic growth. And we can all tap into many benefits, not only to tame worry, but to unleash greater joy, creativity, and confidence.
Hmm.
I noticed that when I had my first stroke in 2002, my kids had to grow up very fast. They were in third and seventh. They had to grow up very, very fast. Sometimes I think too fast, but I mean, it does. I mean, for me, with obviously the stroke caused other damage. There was not much of it in me, but it was in my kids. But I mean, it took a while. But they're saying basically stress can make you stronger. It all depends on how you deal with it. And so, how are you guys going to deal with the holidays? I know I'm going to have to small plate, big time small plate. No desserts. No desserts.
You seen what I've been cooking online? That's not
Mm-hmm.
for me. It's
Yeah.
not for me. I prepared a huge salad. I plan to have a salad tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or not
I'll have a
tomorrow,
salad.
this day.
I mean, we're just having a small ham and
Yeah.
then sweet potatoes. But I didn't do fresh. I bought a can. I'm looking at it, it's like, wow, they are chock full of calories. Canned sweet potatoes. It's like, wow. No,
Yeah.
the yams. It's like, wow. I don't know if I'm gonna have them. I
I
think
think I'll try one. I have some. I got some from the pantry, and I think I'll cook it and try it. I don't know. I've never had it.
Mhm.
So they say what, a little bit of cinnamon on it.
I just put butter in it, and that's the
Just
problem.
butter.
Like a 2/3 of a cup is like 160 calories. Then I put a tablespoon of butter. That's another 100 calories. It's like, I don't think so. I'll just resist. I'll keep the can closed. Stella, how are you gonna deal with the holidays?
We're not fixing much. Me and my husband, we decided not
Hmm.
to have a family thing. So I
Yeah.
think we're just having like chicken breast and
Hmm.
like that. But
Yeah. I dived into my freezer and found a small ham in the bottom of my freezer. It's like we're gonna make no special trips to the grocery store. It's bad enough just going there. But, so how Molly, how are you going to how are you going to be celebrating Christmas in this stressful time?
Well, it'll just be there'll only be the 5 of us.
Hmm.
And I'm still doing the turkey, ham and all that, but like we won't make as many potatoes and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I did make a dessert, but I've already cut it up and it's in my freezer and all little
Right.
individual pieces, so I won't have a whole pan.
Yeah, I have I went to Target. They you know how like Starbucks has like egg bites? Like it's cooked egg, but it's almost like a muffin. Dash now has an appliance that makes those. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
I'll try it. It's a nice Christmas present. I'll try it. I'll have to make sure it's just eggs in there and not like brownies because they've got to have the chocolate. But so how's everybody doing scale wise? And everybody weighed in for December?
I know.
No. First time in 51 weeks, I am in the top 3 of leeway. I am pissed.
Oh, well.
My language, but it's like
So I'm a pound away from my goal.
I'm a pound.
So that's not good for me.
I am 2 above goal, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I had, yeah, I don't like that.
You can't get out and exercise.
Right. You can, I mean, it's just so cold. My bones are cold. I mean, I do. I mean, if I don't have my grandson, if I can do it early in the morning, I can get out there. But obviously life interferes when you have cyber school.
Hmm.
But a grandson who does not want to go out unless he wants to play in the snow. And I'm like, no, I'm cold.
So my downfall, I think, is nuts. Like I'm into like nuts,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and no salt, no salt
Hmm.
nuts, but I'm eating too many of them. I need to just put out a portion and just.
Right. Because I mean, if you do it as a fat serving, it's like cashews, it's 6, or I mean, almonds, it's 6. Almonds is
Yeah, so-
45 calories,
you know,
which is
pistachios,
0.2 ounces.
Pistachios, but they're still.
Hmm. They're very high oil too, right? Yeah.
And avocados, I'm just discovered avocados. I need to stop.
They look good, but we don't bring those. My grandson
So
reacts to them.
yeah, I get the food from the pantry, and it's good in the way I can try new foods, but I'm eating them just because I got them, and that's
Right.
that's wrong. You can eat them, but in moderation.
Right. That's the biggest thing is the moderation. And sometimes when you're in emotional time, you forget about the moderation. You just remember about eating. I'm to the point where this past couple weeks, I'm not waiting till I'm hungry to eat. I'm just eating because it's that time on the clock. And I've got to get, I mean, I'm going to print out some food charts from they have a food exchange charts on the website. And I'm going to start not only using my Fitness Pal, I'm going to write it down. And that way I need to keep better track of the exchanges. Because I've got to get out of that top 3. I do not like the top 3. That's stressful.
I'm not eating as much as I was, but it's what I'm eating.
Right. Same here. I'm not eating my yogurt, so I'm getting cramps in my toes. I'm not eating my salads all the time, so I'm not getting the fiber. It's like, I've got to get out of the fact that people keep bringing home McDonald's and subs. It's like, stop. Like, please stop. I don't need all this bread. But I mean, willpower is not not available right now. Don't have it. But how much? So
with the snow, I don't know how many of you guys have snow. I know you do, Joanne, but
it's almost half gone.
It's almost like an invite to just sit and eat, and
Yes, you hibernate. It's time to
it's
hibernate.
so it's
All the
I
snow
gotta
that you
realize that I'm
got-
doing it and stop.
Say again, Molly?
All that snow that you got is gone almost?
Yeah, I can see my grass.
Oh no, mine is not gone.
It's almost gone. I mean, all the sidewalks, most of the sidewalks are cleared. Last Sunday I went climbed the mountain. It was like 18 inches of snow. I mean, I was almost buried to my knees. But I'm gonna go out tomorrow, and it'll probably all be gone because there's no leaves on the tree, so there's no insulation, like if there was pine trees. So hopefully, and there's been a lot of wind, so a lot of it will be gone. But it's a well trafficked hike,
Mm.
so I'm pretty sure it's pretty much packed down. And I
Mm.
found hiking on packed down snow from footprints is even harder to walk
Mhm.
in than fresh snow because their footprints are frozen.
Yeah.
So you have very uneven ground. But I did my very first snowy hike, so it was awesome. Very, very cold. I'll tell you, thank goodness for thin layers because I started having to take layers off. It's like, this is hard work. My legs were hurting.
Mm.
I mean, it's wow. I think, okay, I don't remember my legs hurting this bad in a long time. It's hard work. And I know Molly, you have snow a lot more than we do.
Well, we had our first quote unquote big storm there yesterday, but it wasn't a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not even sure how much we got, to be honest, maybe half a foot, maybe.
That's not bad. Well, my sister got 30 in upstate New York.
Mhm.
30 inch.
That
It just
we had
keeps snowing.
we had 22, and then the other day we had another 3 inches.
Yeah, do you have any snow, Stella?
Last week, 3 to 4 inches. I thought that was a lot.
I could have dealt with that. But we got a lot of snow. I mean, across the river they had a lot more than us because the last couple hours it just sleeted here at my house, so it basically compacted. Nice crispy snow, which was worse on the roads, but
Yeah, I think it was 51 today. It was nice.
I think it got to like 44 here.
Turn the heat down. Ooh.
But I'm hoping we get some warm weather soon. I want the snow to be gone all the way. But is anything you guys want to talk about? And I will figure out about the maintenance fee because I haven't gotten any news about that from my coordinator.
What maintenance fee?
The chapter maintenance fee.
I thought I saw something on that they had waived it.
I haven't heard anything. Do you remember where you saw it? I know Stella got it from
I
what you
may have gotten it from my advocate in a newsletter. I'll have to look.
Okay, because I'm an advocate and this is news to me.
I know I
That's
read it somewhere.
I mean,
Bizarre.
and I should know because we have the same spa, Mary Mullane.
Yep. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go find my phone and see if I can find it.
It was a coordinator that she just put it on Facebook, but she didn't send an email over.
Uh-huh.
So I just read her email.
Have you heard anything, Molly, about the
have
maintenance
not.
fee?
No, but I'm wondering if it would be on, I would think that would be on the TOPS website under their kind of updated thing or
Mhm.
something, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the website.
Oh, I
Let me
haven't been-
check again. I was checking in the magazine. Maybe if it's on the staff section. Get out of the magazine. Staff.
It's Topps newsletters here. Let's see what it says. I know I saw it somewhere. I don't know if I read it in the new magazine. I read it somewhere.
Yeah, because I know on the field staff page, the newest stuff is from October 21st. Maybe in members area. or even leaders area. Let me check leaders corner. Number 8th, nothing there either.
Wait, I think I might have just,
Because I haven't gotten any recent TOPS newsletters from Mary.
and I read it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get anything from our advocate or from our coordinator.
Wow.
They don't do newsletters.
Wow.
What she did one newsletter, the coordinator, but we just don't hear from them.
Mm-hmm. Now, who's your spa or coordinator?
Coordinator, she's fairly new. I think her name is Diane Herbert or something like that. I've never met her. She's fairly new. I don't know who our spa is.
What state are you in?
Ohio.
I don't know. I don't know who you're. Let me see. I just got the Monday. Yeah, yep. The only newsletter I got was from. I guess I'll have to. What does it say here? Okay. Well, I will find out, and I will. That's wellness. Oh. Okay. Well, I will figure that out and put it on the page. But any other questions anybody has? No.
No, you know what? I didn't get this question answered, but my renewal is due in March.
Mm-hmm.
And I being honored as royalty in May.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it's going to happen or not. They're planning on it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're still not meeting, I've got to weigh in somewhere, don't I?
If you're not meeting, you don't need to worry about the weigh-in, but you need to worry about your renewal, because as a COPS, you cannot let your membership lapse.
Right. So my
Because that
leader
will automatically lose
my leader said she'll
status.
walk me through it when I get the renewal. It renews up in March, so I should be getting
Right.
it soon.
No, when you get the paper, you can either do it online, or if you do the paper one to mail in with a check, when it says weigh in, just put NM, no meeting. That's all you have to do. Because if you're not meeting, and I believe it's till, I don't know what the date, but I'm sure they'll still take personal check.
So yeah, that's a good thing. I don't know where I read this, but I read this. I do a lot of reading. After March 31st,
Mm-hmm.
which is when I'm renewed, they
Right.
will no longer accept a personal check. So I'm gonna have to
Get it in before
get
then.
it in before
Right.
then. Yeah.
Because if your renewal is March, you should probably get the renewal either end of January, early March. Get it at least a month ahead of time.
Does that change your renewal date when you pay it or not?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. But if you do it late, even though you backdate it, I believe it. No, if you backdate it, it won't change it. But if you don't backdate it, it will. I mean, because you can do a mail-in one and backdate it if it's a little late. That way you don't have your a lapse in your membership.
And depending the way things go, they might extend that too for the.
Right. We won't know until
If
March.
people aren't meeting, they're not gonna say, well, we're not gonna
Right.
take it back.
Right. Right. And I mean, we're still meeting, and we're lucky we have a small group. Well, the church is letting us meet. I don't have to worry about the key because they have digital locks. So they program the doors to open. The doors we're going to use to open and then and lock when we're done. So
Yeah.
we're good at that. We don't have to worry about a key or anything.
So if we're not meeting, I don't have to have
No.
a weigh-in.
If you have not started meeting yet,
But-
again.
But I thought I heard Rick say that it's a new year, and you to be
Right.
recognized, you've got to have it. You've got to get at least one weigh-in for the new year to, I don't know.
I mean,
so
hopefully by
confusing.
July, everybody will have at least one weigh-in by then for IRD. But unless you're, because each area is different. I mean, some areas have high numbers and they're not willing to open yet until they can get the vaccine.
Because I suggested, well, what is the problem? Why can't people just get their weigh-ins with the doctor's slip? And he says, well, we don't want to do that. We want you to weigh in. We want you to have a meeting.
Now, our coordinators and spas have been encouraging, saying that if you can't get in, you go to the doctors. That's an official weigh-in, and that's in the book that you can.
So I had a weigh-in in December. So
Yeah,
if I do that with my doctor, do you still put no meeting, or do you put a weight on your
you put the
renewal?
you give it to your weight recorder, and she puts it on your weight chart.
Right, but it still goes in on the renewal as a no meeting.
Unless for what, because no top scale, but yeah, you don't. And then if you want to change your weight later when you start meeting again, you can do it through your coordinator, but it doesn't matter because
Doesn't.
the
No.
only thing that's going to be different is if it's your highest weight ever
Mm-hmm.
in tops. So it won't change it because they just want to know how much you've lost from your highest weight. And you've already done that.
Yep.
But yeah. But yeah. Just can't believe
Oh,
this is
I
2
haven't
days.
heard anything from my chapter. When did we stop meeting? I haven't heard anything. I've called 2 people, and I've got to make some more phone calls. I'm being the contact person.
Right. Mhm.
And I know it's a very busy time of year
Right. It is.
right now, but
It is.
it's more the reason why we need to stay in contact.
Right. Yes, because if you drop the support system, you're more likely to drop your changes or
I started
mess up.
I started
I
a Zoom
completely
thing.
forgot that this was happening.
What?
The meeting was, I completely forgot. I remembered earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lost all track of time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 7:30. So
Mm-hmm. No, we're here. So, okay,
Hello.
Stella, what were
I
you
said
saying?
I started a Zoom meeting, and that I think we've had 3 or 4 meetings,
Mhm.
but out of 12 or 13, there's only 4 of us
Mhm.
joining on the Zoom thing.
Yeah, not everybody does Zoom. Not everybody's comfortable with virtual meetings.
And we have a Facebook page, and nobody posts on there.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Same here.
But I mean, what I share what the official Tops Facebook page shares, I'll share with that, or if I have any news, like new members in my area and stuff like that. But mostly what I'm seeing in all areas, not just my area, what they're using their Facebook pages are memes regarding weight loss, which to me, no. Recipes, and not always healthy recipes, and nothing related to tops. Why have a Facebook page if you're not promoting tops? They'll do anything, it's memes and recipes. That's it. It's like, that's not what we're all about. We're not about food. We're about
The
lifestyle.
communication, that's how we all,
Right.
But a lot of them will just see a post and not respond,
Right. Or you'll see that I'll see, because I'm the admin of the page. I'll see how many people have read it, but very few like or respond. But at least I know people are actually reading it. That's good.
yeah, I get the titles wrong. Joanne, you're an advocate, but you used to be area captain, right? Is that the name thing?
Right. It used to be area captain.
Okay. Then there's someone above, is that like the regional
coordinator?
Okay. Is that still the title?
yes, the coordinator did not change. And then above that, which used to be a regional director or whatever, is now a SPA, which is special programs administrator.
I think
Okay.
yes.
So- Yeah,
Service
because
program.
our regional coordinator person just started last week
Wow.
doing a Zoom meeting with her entire, area. She's been doing Zoom meetings with her chapter since April. But she just opened it up. She just decided to do one with her entire area. And there were, I'm going to say there was probably about 20 people on that call. And 2 of them were from my chapter. And they never had our weekly meetings. They attended
Wow.
one. Since April, they've been to one.
Wow.
So it's like, oh, hey. And I'm like sending the messages. Hey, good to see you. We
Yeah.
actually-
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I rarely see people from Pennsylvania in my area. Maybe, last week I had 2 or 3, but that's not the norm. I normally see everybody from Maine and Canada, New York, and your Ohio. But yeah, I don't see a whole lot of people from my area itself. And I have 5 counties, and I'm going to have 2 more, total of 7 as of January 1st. So maybe, but I'm not seeing a lot of communication in the chapters, though I'm seeing it now that they've closed back up again. I have one chapter that does Zoom meetings every week. I see more and more stuff on the Facebook pages, but mostly it's nothing about tops. It's just about recipes and memes, which is not what's supposed to be on the pages. But I'm seeing a little bit more communication compared to when we first shut down, where everybody just dropped everything and I think we're all in shock. And the communication just halted. I mean, chapters went. I have one chapter that disbanded. I think I might have 2. And one just went inactive. So they're not disbanding, but they're stopping temporarily. But I'm seeing more and more. I'm seeing more and more coordinators having Zoom meetings, or SPAs having Zoom meeting, which is great.
yeah, we
No,
had a
but
couple on the society meeting.
our version of you hasn't done anything.
See,
for
that's
us.
why I opened up to everybody, because when I was just doing my area, I had maybe 2, and I have almost 300 people in my area, and I got maybe 2. But but I'm seeing like a lot of people. I have some people like their kids don't want them on Zoom. My 93-year-old mother has no problems doing Zoom, but they're in different situations. They don't want their parents on social media or Zoom, or it's like, now who's the adult? you know, but situations are different, or people don't have computers, or do not have a social media presence, which I'm seeing more and more, and they're more well-rounded because they're not stuck with their face in social media all day. But we just to keep the support system going. It's hard. And I don't like talking on the phone. So this is the end of my comfort zone here, because I hate talking on the phone. This is straining it. I believe it or not, I am shy. If I'm in person, I'm most likely not talking to you because I'm shy. But this is so virtual. I have no problems. But yeah, it's hard. It's straining my comfort level, but it works. Because I had to do it. I mean, I was suffering without the support.
Has everyone gone online to read the new magazine?
I finally did when somebody mentioned they saw it, but people are actually getting their magazine over. I have not gotten it yet.
We haven't got it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. You are so lucky.
I just picked it up yesterday. Your article was very good. with that.
Yes. Yes. I mean, yeah, I learned my limitations big time. I mean,
Yeah, mine just came yesterday.
yeah,
I haven't got mine yet.
because my daughter gets one and I get two as a staff person, one to keep and one to give away.
And you
Now,
just
Leah's name is in there for being a 15-year cop, but she's actually been in for 22 years, but they only recognize the 15 consecutive years.
Right, the consecutive, because if there is a gap,
Yeah.
you start the count over,
start over.
which, yeah, it just happens. I mean, I have one person got in my chapter that got cops. She just lost it, but her goal is to get it back in January. But I still have to put that paperwork in saying she lost it. But I'm hoping in a week or so I can put it back in to reinstate her.
There you go.
That's her goal. Yep. Yep. My big backpack at the Appalachian Trail.
With Bernie.
Yes, I bring Bernie all the time.
Oh.
Though with this cold, this hot, really wet weather, I had him on a big orange popsicle stick. Those popsicle sticks bleed. I had orange everywhere. So I had to get that popsicle stick out. It was all over my hands and everything. But Terry, we were talking about how we were coping and adapting and our self-care for the for 2020. How did you have to adapt to this changing times?
Yeah, I've been since March, I've been tracking my weight every day,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been tracking my starchy carb consumption
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, the days I eat more starchy carbs, the weight the next day is going to be an increase over the day before. You
Mm-hmm.
think it would get me to kind of rein in enough? I have been working out, so I was trying to do a second workout on all the days I was working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just told to go back to working from home in the beginning of December.
Right.
So for this entire month, I said, okay, this is like a gift that I have that I can take care, of myself. So
Mm-hmm.
other than that, unfortunately, I always have a weakness for eating,
Yeah, just eating.
I shouldn't. But I'm gonna try to do better come January.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm gonna start doing the exchange PDF that you can get on that website and actually write my food on. Just putting it on my phone in MyFitnessPal is not working anymore. I'm gonna have to actually write it down, not just type it in when I remember. But I even gave all the girls in my chapter one of those water bottles that have the 8-ounce increments, so you can get your 8/8. You basically drink 8 ounces of water every hour. So I'm trying because my water consumption is bad, and so and of course there's candy in the house. So it's like, okay, one piece won't hurt. Yeah, right.
So I found out I was not drinking enough.
Yes, I'm not drinking enough water either. I'm drinking too much coffee.
So I mean, I had insufficient veins, and I got the low potassium. So they do potassium levels on me all the time, and they can never find a vein on me. I hate to go.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to go into the hospital for anything because they don't know how to draw a vein on me. The kidney doctor is like right on because they do that blood draw all the time on people with bad veins, and
yeah, when
my veins are really nice and full and popped and hydrated, and I was not drinking enough.
Yeah, I've noticed whenever they always remind me when I have to go get blood tests, drink water. Otherwise, your veins aren't plump enough. If you're dehydrated, your veins won't work, aren't full enough.
It wasn't making any sense to me because I would have collapsed veins during the day, but at night, I'd had these veins that you could drive a truck through. I'm like, what? It's like it's because I drank all day,
Right.
and yeah.
And settling in. Cool. But I know, and Molly, in the page there in the new magazine, I noticed something in the table of contents about the 10s.
10 minutes of exercise for 10
days in a row.
Before 10 a.m. I think 10 minutes before 10 a.m. for 10 days.
We're gonna have to try that.
Molly, did you say that the magazine is also on the website yet?
Yes, that has been for a while. I think they put that on in first, because normally it's not until somebody's gotten the magazine that it's on the website, but it's on the website. I saw it last week. But it is on the website. It's really nice. They did, I believe, 14 day or 7 days of the 28-day meal plan. And I think they changed the recipes because there's steak in there.
Like I said,
yummy.
I only read your article and I flipped through, but it does look like there's there's recipes in here.
Right. And shopping lists. And I think I'm going to try, hopefully I'll get, because I don't want to have to print it out. Hopefully I'll get the magazine this week or before the 30th and try the 28-day plan, because I need to get back on track. I'm definitely not on track because I normally do like 20,000 steps a day. I haven't even done, how many steps have I done today?
To anybody else finding, or
6,000.
even the mail is like snail mail.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I'm not getting bills in the mail. I'm having to call and say, hey, did I misplace it? Like, where is it? And
we had there was a news report that they have a lot of mail because people are doing the online shopping. So there's a lot more packages, and a lot of the workforce for the post office are quarantined for COVID.
no.
Because I mean, over here in Harrisburg, we know people at work there. They say they're not enforcing the mask wearing
Uh-oh.
at all.
What?
Yeah, I mean, in the warehouse, there's so much COVID. I mean, a lot of their workforce is quarantined.
And then I heard that was it UPS and FedEx cut off some of their like I guess like if you order something through Amazon, you can't get it shipped through the UPS or FedEx or something like that. So you've got to go through the postal service. I ended up ordering something Wednesday. It arrived Monday, but it went UPS. And because I've seen those photographs of the warehouses and the amount of stuff that's just got to be sorted. I'm like, so I bought all my presents this year in stores. I said I can't wait on shipping.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot. I mean, I did Target, and that I can just go get it. Or I mean, I have the red card, so it free shipping. So it takes a couple weeks. I had time. But yeah, but people are doing more online. But we kept hearing that there's a lot of cases of COVID at the post office warehouses. So it's like, so mail is going to be slow, and because the volume is so high because of all this online shopping. But yeah, it's our new normal. I mean, we've had I mailed something to something, a chapter that is 45 minutes away. It took 10 days to get to her. So she got my newsletter after it was no longer applicable. So I was like, yeah. So I've got I think I have one leader that still does not have email, but she finally has a smartphone and she can get a text. But you can't send her an email and a text because she doesn't have an email. So, but yeah, so we got to make sure she gets everything mailed out and who knows when she's gonna get it. I might just drive it up to her.
Yeah, find a place 20 minutes in between
Yeah.
and meet her there.
Yeah, it would be much easier. I'd have to.
I'm friendly with somebody that's up north in Maine, and she hadn't seen the SRD, and I had tried to share it with somebody else, and didn't she never got it.
Mhm.
It kept coming back,
Right.
undeliverable, and
Hmm.
so it was the way I was sending it. So I did manage to send it to this girl. I've been encouraging her and helping her
Mhm.
with the exchanges and stuff, and she's been losing. And
Right.
she
That's
keeps
good.
being formed, and she's losing. And
Mhm.
she said she did get it, so she was very happy to have been able to see the main SRD.
Mhm. I'm just hoping soon that we can start leaving. I mean, I do leave the flyers out because they're now the grocery stores are now letting us put stuff back up on the community board. But like the doctor's office, they do not want any magazines left, only the stuff that they get in, because they don't want anything brought into their offices. So
I don't see any magazines in offices anymore.
yeah, I did my doctors, I mean, they had their basic ones that are with diabetes and stuff like that, that the hospital normally carries because they're connected to a hospital. But
Hmm.
it's their stuff. But nobody else's, nothing that a doctor received in the mail. It's just the stuff for the office. So, but yeah, so I'm hoping, I mean, hoping we can get more numbers. I mean, I've got people requesting um, meeting places and stuff like that. I had a friend in Facebook. How do I find tops online? And I texted her the website and stuff. But the people are all of a sudden they're wanting meetings. I've had at least 6 people in the last month or so call me to find their nearest meeting.
Do you know which meetings around you are actually still happening?
Mine. Mine.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
I mean we're now limited to 10. Um but a lot of them are stopped meeting because they're elderly or they're a much bigger chapter. Now the place I meet had a limit of 6, which is obviously, and we have 6. So they gave us a smaller room, but they said if we start getting more members, because they're giving us free advertising in their church bulletin, we can divide it into 2 meetings back to back. So they will accommodate us there. But I believe all my chapters are basically doing hybrid. Well, now I think all virtual. I think I have 2 chapters that are virtual, and the rest are just shut down. And a lot of the chapters had to quarantine because of COVID, but now they're just shut down. So I might have one more in Harrisburg that is meeting, but I don't. think they just met to weigh in for December, and that's it because they had some new cops.
That's what we did too. They advised we were supposed to have 2 weigh-ins in December. The one on the 2nd, a lot of people did go to.
Mhm.
I had my husband drive me that one. But then the one on the 16th
Mhm.
was the one where the snowstorm was happening, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna make it. If you want to weigh in, we're bumping the time up." I think literally 2 people went and got weighed in because everyone else was like, "I got a December weigh-in. I ain't going for that. It's not a big deal." And it's like, I would have liked to go, but my husband didn't want to drive me.
Yeah.
So I'm up 6.5 pounds for the year,
Mhm.
which is not good, but I'm only up 2 pounds since March. So that's
Oh
good.
wow! So you gained the bad 4
Yeah.
before COVID. So
Right.
you slowed down, which is awesome.
But I'm like, I'm only up 2 pounds due to the COVID thing. So hopefully by January,
Mhm.
I'll get back to
Mhm.
one of those earlier, lower weights.
Well, I'm hoping to be down on because I weigh in on Saturdays, so it'll be December 26th. I'm hoping to be down after the holiday because I do not want to lose my status. Because Saturday will be my 1-year anniversary because I got cops on the 26th of December. So I am hoping. But basically, I think I've gained about 8 pounds because I was the bottom of my leeway when I got it. So I gained about 7-8 pounds, but I want to get rid of it. But, eh,
But as long as you're in that under
Yes.
3 above 7, you're okay, right?
7 below and 3 above.
Oh,
Mm.
okay, cut it off. Okay.
Right. And my daughter right now is at the very bottom of leeway, but she
Mm.
won't change her goal until she knows she can maintain that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, she's just shooting herself in the foot. But, oh, Sally answered. Let's just see what she says about the. She says, I think 2021 maintenance is waived. She'll double check tomorrow. She just pulled into her driveway. I think it's her meeting tonight.
Mm.
But she's pretty sure it's waived. So, which is good because I've got, I got to pay rent on next Saturday. So, but that's good. We only have small chapters, so it won't be much. But there's nothing else. It is 8:00 and this cold weather wants me to hibernate. It really does. I'm tired, but I'm going to get up early and do my hiking. Is there any closing that anybody wants to do? Or we can just do the take my hand. Okay. Now I can't think of the words.
Helping hands for helping hands. You take mine.
Yes, you take my hand and I'll take yours, and we'll start out today. For helping hand is what we need to start us along the way. The way to go is a lonely road. We need someone to care. Reach out my hand and take. Oh, okay. What
Reach
is
out
that
my
last word?
friend.
I can't think of the last sentence.
Reach out my friend and take my hand.
Yes.
And then almost there.
And
She's
we're
coming
almost
back.
there. Yes, we can do it. So, okay, everybody have a great Christmas, and I'll see
Yeah.
you next Wednesday.
All
Right.
right.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.